to where they are now. Remember, they're still in a spot where they're trying to contest for the Western Clash, but right now they are 2-3. They need this matchup to get a 3-3, as they've gotten wins over Zealots and Leftovers, but their big losses against some heavy hitters here: Dignitas, Team Liquid, and Fnatic.
Yeah, against Fnatic, they were not happy with the loss. They stated right out, we played horrible. It was a bad series on our end, and we should have been able to get more out of the games against Fnatic, and I would agree. But they had some fantastic games. Today, a very clean 2-0. Bit iffy at times on Tomb, but very dominant Battlefield of Eternity. Then on Tomb, they also had extreme good control in the team fights, carried that after a bit of an advantage of Diamonds getting into the late game and were able to win it there with a macro game. Then the opening on Sky Temple looked fantastic. But I would be worried if I'm on their end, because that inconsistency that we've been talking about is probably already putting them in a spot where they may have a bit of doubt, I don't know.
Sure.
But right now, it's really just time to buckle up, go into the next map and say, okay, game 1 and 2 look good. Let's just make sure that we get another one of those.
And Diamondskin has just been gifted some momentum. Let's go to game number 4 here and see if Diamondskin can take that momentum and run forward with it as they get a win on Tricked Esports. And Diamondskin will pick up the map Infernal Shrines. First pick goes over to Tricked Esports.
Infernal Shrines, both of them have 4 games on Infernal Shrines. It's actually funny because they're absolutely dead even on Infernal Shrines. Both teams have picked Infernal Shrines 3 times in 2018. Both teams have played 4 games on Infernal Shrines, and both of them have won 2 and lost 2.
50-50 coming in for teams who will get the advantage in stats. It's time to find out as we gear up for that game number 4. It seems like a lot of teams now, with Blaze getting so strong, have started to elect to pick first pick on their side here. We saw it in our last series, and we see it today as well. If they go for a loss, they want to make sure that they set up their team to pick up that Blaze or force the opponent to possibly ban it out.
I don't think it's necessarily around Blaze as a pick, but the first pick advantage was something that traditionally European teams highlighted more than anything else. And it actually started, I feel, at the end of 2017 and at the beginning of this season, that some of the teams said, okay, no, we want to focus more on the maps instead. And I believe that half of that was also because of the changes that came in December, where all of a sudden you could set certain strategies up on specific maps that you trained. What comes to mind is the Dragonshire attempt of Dignitas against Tricked, where they pushed with the Night Camps through the top lane. Or on this map on Sky, we saw that pressure play that was very similar by Tricked, also set up through a Night Camp. So I think the changes that we had in December to Heroes of the Storm had a big impact on it, and on teams trying to utilize new strategies and new timings on certain maps to get an advantage.
Well, but they're banned out for Tricked Esport. Diamondskin, what are you going to ban out? Last time we saw them pick up the Tyrael ban, keeping that away from Tricked Esport. Will they look to do the same? They've actually switched it up multiple times here. Tracer on the first map, Genji on map number 2, and then we had the Tyrael for map number 3. Will they continue to change it up, or will they stick with something similar?
Yeah, I mean, more so than anything else, I believe that we will see an early pick on Blaze again if Trick gets it, and that would be the moment where Diamondskin has to see, okay, what do we ban out? And they go back to the Tyrael ban. This map operates very similar in terms of team fights, when you have a single temple or when you have a single shrine on Infernal Shrines, that the shields that you get through Tyraels are super powerful, so they ban him out. And now Trick has to respond with either Blaze as an early pick, or they have to go for something else. And I mean, most of the time it was really Blaze that they were focusing on. Blaze or Tyrael. Tyrael is now gone. Yeah. So Blaze would be what you would expect. I mean, outside of Blaze, we still have Gul'dan available that Trick loves to play and usually gets banned out. I was just about to mention Greymane, but Hanzo, of course, caters towards the same style. You have the AoE pressure.
I was actually wondering
if
we would get that Gul'dan here on Infernal Shrines. Just a really strong map for him. That and 2 and Spider Queen, I think, are the ones that he really kind of jumps out at you as a possible pickup for teams. It's going to be Malfurion and Blaze picked up for Diamondskin, so they'll snag it away here as Nande will be looking to play that Blaze. And we actually get the Genji coming in there for Market.
The brothers, they get both of them.
Brotherly
so Genji
love.
gets another game. Uther as well for the Dragon Blade combo, okay.
The brothers and the papa.
Quick. Do you ban Tracer here?
As Diamondskin?
No.
Oh, it's for G-Sport?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a fair ban. You got the Malfurion already there. We saw Rossmeg get a couple of kills.
Yeah, she's not as popular here as she is on other maps, but she's actually picked more often now on Infernal Shrines as well.
She's starting to creep in everywhere, isn't she?
Yeah. It's very map dependent, I think, where she just gets absolutely highlighted, but she's also played here. We have seen, for example, I mean, Dignitas played her here, just to name one team. There's a few others, but yeah, I could definitely see them trying to ban her out.
Other bans that could surface here?
Greymane, Gul'dan.
I think I'd ban the Gul'dan.
Yeah, Gul'dan would be a really good ban here too.
Corruption just shreds both Genji and Hanzo.
Diamondskin has played twice with Gul'dan on the map.
Junkrat has been a flavor for Diamondskin on this map too in the past. I don't know if it's ban-worthy.
They played him once. So they played Junkrat once, but I would probably prefer to ban Gul'dan out. First of all, Diamondskin played him more often. Yes, they didn't win with him here, but they also went up, as we said, against strong hitters. And Gul'dan is just dangerous against Genji and Hanzo since they have such a low hit point pool. If they get hit by it with a horror fight, then you're in trouble. So yeah, Gul'dan is a ban. I like that a lot. I expected them more so to pick Gul'dan, but if you don't pick him and you go into Genji instead, then banning him out, I think is the right choice.
Now, does Diamondskin move into Tychus? They have been favoring him lately on this battleground with Odin coming in against Genji and Hanzo.
Yeah, they played Tychus a lot.
Yeah.
They played him 3 times. And especially in North America, it starts to creep up that you're trying to run heroes like Ragnaros, Tychus, and Alexstrasza that can simply, with her trade or with the trade or with the heroic ability, secure you the shrines and the Punisher. So that's one of the ideas that North America is running a lot right now. A lot of Tychus play on the map, a lot more Alexstrasza. And here's the Tychus again. So they go for Greymane, which we expected a bit earlier in the draft, and they go for Tychus as well so that they have Odin accessible.
Now looking over to Rimmer. And also the side laner for Alex the Proji. What are you expecting here? Muradin? Maybe Leo?
Ragnaros?
Could do it.
Now for Alex, I'm missing a hero here. I would expect that we are maybe even seeing Muradin again for Rema. Inuburak can still... No, Inuburak has been banned out. They played Malthael twice. It's just, it was at the start of 2018.
I feel like Malthael suffers the Tychus and Odin.
Yeah. Arthas is still an option. Alex could still play Arthas. Even an Arthas Muradin setup would work for them.
Artanis and Johanna.
Okay, seriously, how much did you pay him?
Trick is here to please today.
How much did you pay him?
Not much, dude. I just watched the stream for like 10 minutes. That's it. That's all I did.
Alex, I feel betrayed at this point. I think we lost our special connection that we had.
Artanis and Johanna. Now that's a mix-up here.
If that goes to a 5th game and they pick Murky, I'm not going to cast with you anymore.
HGC should be one of the things we're thinking about now. HGC just shuts down Artanis. Yeah. Makes it hard to do the blade dash and get that trait cooldown reduction.
You know who has been playing some Artanis? Korea.
Yeah?
Korea had a few Artanis games.
Dragonshire, right? Dragonshire in 2?
Battlefield. Battlefield was also played, yeah.
Yeah. I can see him in Dragonshire, I can see him in BOE. Infernal, a little bit more difficult to pull off. If you ever start a fight and you did not commit to the fight and you have lost a fort, you run out of space to run.
Okay, so the Artanis stats globally, as we see Diablo taken.
Ooh.
Nice. So, global stats for Artanis. We have seen him once already in Europe. Lost the game. It was leftovers, I believe, on Battlefield of Eternity. We have seen him one time in North America. 100% win ratio in NA. Best hero. And twice in Korea.
Best hero? So that casually. Can that become a meme? Yeah, we already know it. Continue.
And twice in Korea, you want to guess?
Battlefield of Eternity? 100% win rate.
Yeah. So currently he sits globally at 3 wins and 1 loss and is now being picked by Trick to potentially make this an 80% win ratio. So yeah, your boy is getting some love here.
Yeah, it's one of those weird heroes that demands your attention, but you have to figure out the balance of when to give him enough attention and when not to give him attention, right? Like, he's a bit of a spoiled brat, right? You can't give him a little bit too much, or he'll shred that front line.
You don't have to continue talking. You already dropped the line. Artanis is a spoiled brat.
Artanis really is a pretty darn good bruiser, especially if you have a backline that can bring out the damage. And they do. They have Hanzo and Genji, and Artanis by himself, when he gets that fall-through proc at level 7, is deadly too. So let's go ahead and jump into it for game number 4. Infernal Shrines, Trade to Esport, taking on Diamondskin, 2-1 so far.
Game number 4 on Infernal Shrines, and we have another hopefully highlight on our hands here. To the left side, it's Crosby on Hanzo for Tricked Esports, Grand Paquete on Uther. We're seeing Remaballer on Johanna, Mak on Genji, and Alex the Pro G plays the spoiled brat.
That he does. On the right side in the red, trying to figure out how to deal with him. Nande and Blaze, Wolf Joe on Malfurion, Robodoba on Diablo, Dark Mach on Greymane, and Rosmeg will be playing Tychus.
I'm ready for this one, and to be honest, this is the series today that just keeps on giving. We get the dance-off on game number 1, we get the Ragnaros Lava Wave in game number 2, a sick comeback on Sky Temple, and now we get Artanis. Loving it.
It's a good day.
Yeah,
it's a great way to end week 4 so far. And we'll go ahead and take a look here at the Artanis build.
Yeah, and before we do, I hope that you guys enjoy the games as well. And if you do, keep in mind that we're still here for you with a hashtag HGC. So send us your tweets at Heroes Esports and let us know what you think about this series, because this has been a very, very entertaining best of 5.
Yeah, that's right. We'll make sure to throw your tweets at the bottom of the little little thing here.
Yeah, come on, get out.
What's it called? It's called a ticker. There we go.
The ticker. Okay.
The ticker. We'll tick on the bottom side, and we'll check out your tweets. Now, talking about the build for Artanis, going to level 1 amateur opponent. This is important for a couple reasons. One, it gives you okay wave clear, but you're not picking it for the wave clear. You're picking it for, 1, burning down structures. If you ever get to a point where you are able to push with your team, Artanis and that amateur opponent will destroy structures, but also the core. Great for racing cores. Secondly, too, you can use it around the minion wave on the shrines as you want to be able to clear those up, too. Just being able to destroy things near you, and also helpful for jungling if you ever have to peel off.
All right, honest question right now. Do you feel that Tricked is trying to be a bit too cute right now?
Yeah, a little bit. I was actually kind of interested in their picks so far, because I want to know if they, A, really believe in them, or B, they're just having fun, because they seem to really enjoy playing against Diamond Skin, and they seem to be buds as they continue to dance and have these matchups. But you also have to remember that the Western Clash is still in the back of the mind. Every map matters.
I feel the dance-off was something where just both teams accept, okay, the game's over. It's a checkmate. The Immortal alone is going to finish it. The Lava Wave Ragnaros on the second map was something where I can say, okay, it's a surprise factor. You bring something in. You have the macro idea. I get the thought process behind it. On the last map, a cool strategy, but now seeing Artanis coming into this and also Johanna is one of those things where I'm like, okay, you probably practiced this. I mean, this is definitely something they had running in scrims. But at the same time, I'm also asking myself, are you trying to be a bit too cute, considering that you had the 2-0 lead already? You wanted to get the 3-1. Or are they just saying, hey, we have 2 match points? Let's risk something on this map now. Yeah. That could also be the thought process where they are saying, let's not play it safe on both maps. Let's risk something on one map and try to push our opponent out of their comfort zone, and if it doesn't work out, we still have the next map.
For me, the Ragnaros on Tomb of Spider Queen melee build, actually pretty good against the Blaze. Remember, members are going to be stacking up into that bunker if it is picked up, but also because they had 3 to 4 melees that was on the opposing team, so that worked out too, and it also delayed the game long enough. Artanis is where I'm starting to question what they want to do here. Now, there is some possible strategies. One, Malfurion is a bit of a counter to Artanis because of the root being dropped down. He's not able to get onto a target. But there's this cool maneuver that when a root goes down, Artanis can actually walk into it and drop his phase prism and pull targets into him. It's a pseudo hook, but available for Tricked Esport. And I'm kind of wondering if that's the goal here. Trying to lock down a target, find somebody, be willing to walk on those routes, and force a situation to come your way.
Yeah, for now, Artanis didn't really have the biggest impact yet. We didn't see any major swaps, and that's mainly because it's, of course, locked into that solo lane at the top. But now that the shrines are activating, we're going to see that a bit more. But first of all, we're seeing a gank at the top lane, and Remaballer comes in, and they're really trying to get Nande here. But the swap misses. Ooh. Even with it, it would probably have been close, but that also now means that they are very likely to give up the first Punisher.
If that swap hits, that's actually a dead Blaze. You have the body block available to you, you have God, why can't I talk? Shield Surge at level 4, which would have made sure that he could take those towers and stay alive there. So
I can tell you why, you're just too excited.
So
you got the Lava Wave first,
yeah.
And now you get Artanis. You can't deal with all that.
You're not going to see Artanis really be too powerful until that level 7 hits. We'll see what Alex Protein gets there, as they have to deal with Nande, Greymane, and Wolf Joe coming in here, forcing a kill. Ox Pro G dropping down the blade, Dash keeping that trade going. Can he get one more auto attack in to live? Yes, there's the shield. It's keeping up with it. Mocking, working the damage. Artanis will fall, but it might cost Diamond Skin. There's a trade-off.
Yeah, and it could be a double kill because Nande is now body blocked too, and that is a nice trade in favor of Trick. Getting the double kill after Artanis just fell a second ago. Now, of course, keep in mind that in the meantime, the Arcane Punisher was grabbed by Diamond Skin. at the bottom of the map. It's still the early one, but the value that we're seeing from for the red team is already pretty impressive. This is an Arcane Punisher, definitely the strongest in the bunch. And by opening up the wall to the side lane, they forced Crosby back, so he couldn't really help with the defense against the Punisher. And that means that we have them now about to lose one tower. And the fort is on half HP, so that's decent value.
There it is. So Crosby defends, but look at the experience here for Turk Esport. Slightly ahead, half a level, working on turrets, opening up the map, grabbing mercenary camps. Follow through is a pickup at level 7 here. Artanis working in a little bit more damage.
That's where Artanis structure damage definitely comes in. And we've seen that up at the top. But Diamond Skin should be able to make up for it pretty soon, simply because he can also take out the tower at the bot lane very, very easily now. And of course that fort is something they can grab as well later in the game. But for now, it's also another option to go straight for mercenary control. And that's what they have Hanzo for, that's what they have Artanis for. So if they take these camps, that's great for them. And now they go for Roba-Doba, and Diablo is in trouble. He's losing his hit points fast.
Swap. Diablo gets grabbed there.
Alex.
Proji finds the pick there on Diablo, kites back to his team, and Roba-Doba will buy some time.
Yeah, but that's also a death that they can basically control now. Can stagger it whenever they want. Diablo is not going to get out of this one. There's absolutely no way for him to escape. He's trying to, but even Crossbay is still around. So he buys a bit of time, but he is going to fall in the end, and they're just trying to delay it for as long as they possibly can.
Keeping an eye on him, not letting him Hearthstone at all. Continuing to delay said kill. But Blaze is getting some experience out of this in the top lane. Maka is finally going to head over there as a Genji and clean that up. Oh my gosh, they are still just delaying this.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that when 10 hits, Diamond Skin will be unable to take advantage of that with an APOC.
Exactly, so well done by them to delay it. And Roba-Doba was also... the thing is, Diamond Skin was also really happy to let it be delayed. He could have suicided at any moment, and he just decided not to.
Both teams get 10. Swap comes in, hits Nande, trying to buy a block the Jet Propulsion. Nande's able to get out though. No worries at all.
Once we have Titan Killer taken, it's also going to be very, very interesting to see how much Diablo can do to stay alive against Artanis when he just...
And Blaze too. You pick up the 13, the triple strike into the Titan Killer, and you destroy tanks. One of the counters you see against Cho'Gall compositions, even a Murden with Avatar, just bringing that Titan Killer in. And if you also feel like your opponent doesn't have too many heavy healthful heroes, you can move into Psionic Wound. So very curious to see what Trick Esport's going to go into. I think I would recommend the Titan Killer for sure here.
Yeah. I love the Suppression Pulse, by the way, against not only Tychus with his Odin, but also Greymane himself. That's definitely a great tool for the Shrines here later, for the big fights that we are about to have. The experience is more or less dead even. Trick got a few more kills in, 3 against 1, but we have both teams on level 11. And now the Shrine activating another 20 seconds, and this is going to be a very crucial one, since the team that wins it is very likely to walk away with roughly a level lead.
Shrine up in 9 seconds, both grabbing mercenary camps. We'll have those pushing in. Diablo setting up for a gank. Genji needs to be careful when he rotates down, as Roba-Doba is setting up for a very easy knock into the wall. Here he is, showing up, and the Shrine will start. Diamond Skin will commit to it, and we'll see when they pop that Odin.
Yeah, Odin is usually used, well, super early. Okay, there we have it, immediately at the start. Trying to get maybe a kill. Roba-Doba already on the way in against Alex, trying to get some damage done. Both of the teams very even when it comes to the stacks. Alex locked into place, needs to get cleansed, and that's where Uther is immediately ready. No arrow yet from Hanzo.
Yep, they're waiting for the Odin to finish up and try and force a fight. We'll see if that arrow comes in. Alex approach, he taps. Here comes a swap. It misses out. Rimmer steps up, though.
That's the chance now. Rimmer is starting to move in. Here's the Suppression Pulse, using it immediately. At the same time, the Apocalypse Campo comes through. Bunker on the ground. Divine Shield, and Genji wants the kill, and he nearly gets it against Malfurion, but the Bunker saves him for now. But Wolfjoy is still on the run, and Crosby is finally able, with the help of Johanna, to take him down. Nanda is low, and Alex just dashing and slicing and dicing away with Genji.
Just demanding 2 to 3 people to look at him and put some damage on, which allowed Maka to have that open space, have the Divine Shield come in, and have Genji go in with the Dragon Blade. Great teamwork there from Trick Esport, and here's the main issue. This fort in the top is taking a beating. Can Nande defend it? He has a wave clear. Let's see. Gonna be pretty close. A couple more minutes inning, but looks like he has it just barely.
Yeah, but even if he takes it, it will fall to either the next wave. Actually, it has fallen already, or they could send Genji over and just simply take it out whenever they want to. And now they have not only taken the top fort, they are also taking the one in the middle as well. 2 forts down, and as expected, a 1-level lead, even more than that for Trick Esports. And they hold the talent advantage now with level 13 versus level 12, nearly on 14 by the way already. Opening up the map, taking the forts down, working on eliminating the wells to take the retreat points away from their opponent, and also thanks to the help of amateur opponent and Hanzo when his clear against mercenaries, they're going straight for the next camp.
Yeah, Phase Bulwark picks up at level 13. You know, we'll watch this fight here as they're the 4 underneath the fort. The arrow comes in. Alex Proji coming on the back right. Needs to be a bit careful though, with no minions there to tank the aggro. Needs to be careful. But Phase Bulwark got buffed, I believe, 3-4 patches ago. Now being increased to a 50% reduction if you are able to pop your shield, making it much easier for the ability damage not to do as much damage to you on that front line.
One of the things that we highlighted earlier is that Genji has lost so much popularity because his win ratio just isn't there. And we don't really know yet how this match is going to end, or this map, but it's always a pleasure to watch Make on Genji.
Yep.
He really... he gets the most out of the hero. We have a few players in HGC that absolutely excel on Genji, and Make is definitely one of them, doing a fantastic job. And it's one of the reasons why even in last year's HGC, Genji was always banned out against him every single time, just simply because Make, when he gets an opportunity with him, is popping off and is just destroying teams.
Yeah, Make's hero pool last year with Rhaegar, Genji, and Falstad, but his Genji was definitely one of the cream of the crops. And we'll see if it pays off for him again, as he has the Dragon Blade up and Divine Shield is popping here, which means that we have a Dragon Arrow ready and primed to allow Trick Esports to go in for a fight. But Genji in the top lane, able to grab experience for the team, and Trick Esports now finds himself a full level ahead as they hit 15.
Yeah, and that could also help them to glitch out 16 as they head into the next shrine. So another big thing if they can take the fort at the bot lane in particular, and they're already starting to do exactly that. Even if they just take that fountain away, that would already be a big win. Because right now, if you look at it, that's the only remaining fountain that we have on the map, and with that taken, there is no retreat path for Diamond Skin to reset during a fight. So Alex commits another hit to make sure that happens, and this is bad news for Diamond Skin. No distance to safety has been increased by so much, simply because they need to go to the keep, so they can be chased. That's number one. Number two, they are in a position where they cannot move back down to simply take one of their, to reset at the fountain. And with the next shrine also being at the bot lane, it's perfect for them.
16 needs to be grabbed by Trick Esports. They put Mark in the top to do so. Alex Proji gets engaged upon, is able to be fine here. And Robodoba also pops up Apocalypse. Dark Moth at the same time, though, on the side, looking at Rimmer, but can't really do too much. The Merc camp is going to be stolen as Trick gets 16 and forces the engage. Yeah.
Heroic's already down. Diablo doesn't have Apocalypse anymore either. The camp gets taken. The shrine is activating. This is really bad news for Diamond Skin. Trick is once again delivering an insanely strong early game. And this time, it's very unlikely that Diamond Skin gets the same advantages as they did in the Sky Temple to come back. They don't have a global.
Wow, so Zealot Charge gets picked up at level 16, which increases the Twin Blade charge distance by 100%. This gives you incredible chase potential, which illustrates that Alex Proji's main job here is to chase that Tychus. Even if he dashes away, you just sit on top of his face. And I'm actually interested to see how that pays off for them, because if Diablo comes back to peel, Alex could have some difficulty.
Against Diablo in particular, I really expect the Titan Killer.
Especially, with the 16 coming in from Diablo, where he gets the double knockback, being able to devastating charge and keep him away from the team. We'll see how it works out here, as it looks like they're putting a lot of faith into that 13 Phase Bulwark. Yeah,
so for now, again, camp's taken once more. Also one single stack away from grabbing the Punisher. And this is a very common delay tactic. If you haven't seen that yet, if you're new to Professional Heroes of the Storm, that oftentimes happen when a team is trying to just get more objectives on the map. For example, you try to take a few of mercenary camps, you're trying to push a lane out, you try to get to a certain talent advantage that you have, or simply delay the Punisher, because the more experience you can pick up in the meantime, it makes your chances of reaching the next big talent tier level for the next shrine even more likely. So they're going to sit here for a bit longer, grab it now, but this is very, very common. You go for 39, then you move away. If your opponent commits to it, then you just move in, and with a single ability, you can get the last hit and grab the Punisher. But so they delayed it slightly. They timed it with the camps that they just took for the mid and the bot lane, and now they can get even more out of their push.
Exactly. You're in control, so give yourself the upper hand. If you don't do it, you're doing yourself a disservice. And the upper hand for Trick Esports is the Merc Camp in the middle, as mentioned by Caldor, but they also grab the Merc Camp in the bottom that will be aiding the push of the Punisher. Odin popped here for Diamond Skin to put as much pressure as they can on defending said Punisher as it goes straight into the keep. Robodoba is on the side here, threatening an engage.
Alex is already shredding away here, and he has some solid damage also when it comes to siege potential. Same also, of course, true for Johanna with all that wave clear that they have this time. But the defense is still strong. But the advantage in experience for Tricked is solid. But a very nice job by Diamond Skin to make sure that they're not suffering too much here. So the keep is still in the game. That was one of the more important things. But Alex is already starting to chase them slightly. And they have no heroic abilities that have been used yet. So there's still a lot of potential to make this a big battle here as Diablo starts to engage. Suppression pulse already on the ground, and immediately the bunker is being used by Diamond Skin as they try to have a retreat path. The jet propulsion by Nanda that slows Alex down, knocks him into the ground here as we have the engage again. Diablo goes in, hammers him over. Alex dashes in, dashes out. The double kill as Diablo goes down, and so does Malfurion. A great move by Maka. Once again, they get Tychus, and as Alex focuses the entire attention of the opponent on him, it's Maka who pops off together with Hanzo. They go in, they get the kills. Great play. Artanis falling, but it's a 3-for-1 trade, and now it's open season for bottom keeps.
Yeah, gotta call out Rimmer there. Getting that big condemn to set up the Dragon's Arrow to come in and stun 3 targets, allowing for Artanis to do what you had just mentioned. And let's watch and see if they grab this keep here. They're waiting for the minion wave. Finally, it shows up. Rimmer will clean it out. And we got a few seconds before Diamond Skin has those 3 members up and on the field. And remember, Robodoba lost his stacks in that fight too, so now he's a little bit of a weaker Diablo.
Exactly. And that is absolutely brutal for a Diablo player. When you lost your stacks, you all of a sudden feel insanely squishy. If you had 100 souls, that's always fantastic because nothing can even touch you. And with the Devil's Due, all you need is a quick move in, take 1 globe, and you are back to full health. But right now, he's hurting. And that's something that Trick is trying to capitalize on. And they're half a level away from the next level. Their level 20 would give them a massive edge. And this is game 4. Trick is in the lead. Winning this map would win them the series.
So Trick learning the lesson from Sky Temple. This time they get the keep. As they take it down, have the catapults pushing in, and now it's all about the level 20 as you were mentioning. Shrine will spawn to the very top 2, which is unfortunate for Diamond Skin. Trying to defend a lane that's pushing in with the catapults, but also contesting the Punisher will be difficult for them, and it will come down to decision making, as they'll be forced to do it pretty soon here, as that Shrine will spawn relatively soon.
Diamond Skin is getting aggressive. They're hoping for a fight, because now, if they fight now, they fight on level 16 talents. And if they delay it further, then Trick will have that Storm Talent advantage that we've been mentioning. This is also the reason why Trick is absolutely willing to give up that camp at the bottom of the map, because they're saying, yeah, this is what they're trying to do. They're forcing us into a battle. We don't want to fight that fight. We just wait. We get the experience, and then we have an easy opportunity to grab another Punisher and get more value with it. So they move to the top, they meet another wave, take it down, and they're already going straight up to work on the wall itself. So the longer Diamond Skin stays at the bot lane, the more damage Trick does now at the top, opens up the wall so that they have an even easier time with the Punisher to get a second keep and potentially end the game.
Double suppression pulse coming in for Artanis at level 20. Artanis gets slammed here by Diablo. Being able to stay on the side, he's dealing with Nande as much as he can, but kites back towards his team. The 20-19 in favor of Trick Esports. They feel back for a Punisher, while catapults start to be annoying on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and Diamond Skin is giving up the top. They have absolutely no reason to fight for this. So what they are trying to do is they try to move on to the lanes, and they are trying to get experience. If they can take down the fort in the mid lane maybe, catch a couple of those waves that move through the bottom, they might just barely be able to get the Storm Talent for themselves as the Punisher arrives at the keep in the core, so that they can defend with even talents. They're setting themselves up as much as they can. This time, Tricked is wasting no time to get the Punisher. They want this to push as fast as they can.
Diamond Skin wants that 20. Big red button, blunderbuss for Greymane, just damage coming out, easier defense as well, but still half a level away. Blaze is left in the middle lane to work on taking that fort out, which will give them a nice chunk of experience, but Trick Esports is mitigating the amount of time available for Diamond Skin as they walk straight towards the keep.
Yeah, and Trick wants the core, of course. They really want the core. They're already working on the keep. They want to get as much damage in as they possibly can, and here comes the engage as we're seeing them moving in. Odin already popped in the back. No big red button, no 20 for Diamond Skin. They have to defend with the 16 talents, and it's not looking good. The keep is going down, and the Punisher still is at 70% as it starts moving forward towards the core. Suppression Pulse is down, so is the bunker. Both already being used as we have the engage coming in. Malfurion in trouble, and Maka again with a kill.
Maka using Dragon Blade, looking at Dark Mach. He'll be able to peel on back, but the suppression pulses has blinded Diamond Skin, making it hard for him to kill the Punisher. This Punisher is still healthy, and now it's chasing towards the core. The core is starting to fall down to 40, down to 30. Artanis is dashing back and forth, being a human blender, and it's not enough here as Diamond Skin cannot defend. Tricked Esport gets the win with a 3-1.
Tricked